The Jews are so-called black. Giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahshua B'Shem Rakakwadash. Anyway, this is a bit of a response to a video that was put up by Vocab Malone entitled Hebrew Israelites Can't Use This Verse Ever Again with Dr. Michael Brown. And if you know, you can see in the picture Dr. Michael Brown, you can clearly see he's a so-called Jew. And he's done videos in the past attacking the Hebrew Israelites, mainly the one Westers. He even went out, physically actually went out to one of the camps, confronted one of the camps about us not being Israelites. I mean, when you that dedicated to telling somebody that they're not something, what should come to your mind? That they have to be those people. Let's do a further search into whether these people are the Israelites. In fact, the Israelites. Anyway, they quoted, you can watch the video. It was put up on March 19th, 2021, year of the coming of our Lord. 5 minutes long. All I have to do is listen to the first pretty much minute, and he basically says that the term black is talking about mourning. Matter of fact, let me go to this. I'm gonna probably put this up raw anyway. Okay, Jeremiah 14. It says Jeremiah 14:2, Judah mourneth. Now we know that if you click on the word Judah, we know it's talking about the tribe of Judah. And they're in mourning, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is going up. Now, the scriptures are poetic, are written in a poetic manner. The scriptures are symbolic. You might look at years ago, you'd call a woman, a chick, a red bone, if she was like a light-skinned woman. There's different terms. Oh, my earth. Oh, this is my earth. That was another term that was used. So we are a poetic people. I remember at one time, I don't know if they still use that term, but if you're going to see a movie, they say, "Where you going, my man?" I'm going to check out this flick. So Esau is wondering what is he talking about? He's talking about the movies. Even when we go and eat something, what are we going to eat? We might say we're going to have some. I think about having some Moab, or some Elam, or some Kittim. Now the average person out there, you just went over their head. And when you fight somebody, you say, "I'm going to kick your ass." That don't mean you're going to literally kick them in the ass. It means you're going to beat them up. Even Samson, which proves he's a Jake. I mean, he's a so-called Negro. Samson, when he found out that the Philistines were talking behind his back to his wife, which was a Philistine woman. And by the way, she was a Philistine woman. And when you read that account, the Most High put the spirit on him to have feelings for a Philistine woman, because the Most High was picking a fight with the Most High gave Samson this great power, and he was a Nazarite. And his power wasn't in his hair. His power was in the covenant that he made with the Most High, that his parents made, actually. He was a Nazarite. So when he had told his wife, the Philistine, that if you cut my hair, you know, which meant that if you break the vow of a Nazarite. So the power wasn't in his hair. I bet you Vocab doesn't even know that. Well, he knows it now. But anyway, it was in a covenant that was made between him and the Most High. But he made a statement when the Philistines were going behind his back, talking to his woman. He said, "Who's been plowing with my heifer?" Now, a heifer is a cow. And when you plow with a bull or ox, you put the plow on the back or a yoke, and then you plow with it. So when he made that statement, "Who's been plowing with my heifer?" he was saying, "Who's been talking to my wife behind my back?" But you Edomites don't know that, because you're just like Jaime from Get Smart. You know, go to YouTube and put in Jaime from Get Smart. I believe the name, forgive me if I'm saying his name wrong, I believe his name was Jaime, and he was an agent. And Maxwell Smart would make a statement, and he would kind of talking, you know, and hip talk, and everything that he would say, Jaime would take it literally. Or the same thing, there was if you watch Sanford and Son, you had the police officer, the Jake, and then the Edomite cop, and they would say things, you know, I can't think of anything, but they would use hip talk, and it would go directly over Esau's head, and they would have to sit there and explain it to him. Just like we got to explain this to Vocab, guys like Vocab. So let's read again. Judah mourneth. We know that it's talking about the tribe of Judah, Yahweh. Mourning meaning they're crying, they're sad, and the gates thereof languish. Now, what does the word languish mean? Because they'll say, well, it's talking about the actual gates of the city. No, it's talking in parabolic talk. That's why you can never get these scriptures. Another thing, Vocab, you are lost when it comes to the prophecies. You want to make that guy look like a deer looking into a headlight? Just bring out a prophecy, and he loses. He starts stuttering because he doesn't know the prophecies, because they don't teach you that in these theological cemeteries. All right, Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof do languish. Let's look up the word languish. It says to be weak, to droop, to languish, to be exhausted. Now, where have you ever heard of gates being exhausted? Meaning you're tired. You just ran a marathon. A gate ran a marathon and they're tired. Gates don't get exhausted. To be or grow feeble. Now let me go to Google. I'm gonna take the word languish, and I'll go to Google or the Google language definition. Let's see what it says. Languish, of a person or other living thing. Gates are not a living thing. They don't breathe, they don't drink water, they don't eat, they don't go to the bathroom. lose or lack vitality, grow weak or feeble. It says suffer from being forced to remain in an unpleasant place or situation. Like the term, he has been languishing in jail since 1974. So you're losing a faith in the system. So you languish. Now, I've never seen anyone take Gates and lock him up and put him in jail and they're languishing. So the term Gates in it says Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof language. We know that the gates are the leadership of Judah. It says they are black unto the ground. The they that are black unto the ground are the Israelites. And the cry of Jerusalem is going up. Jerusalem is another word. Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. So now let's go into this word. Okay, it says they are black. It says black. The word is quadar. It means to mourn, be dark, to be dark, to darken, to cause the mourn to grow dark. Okay, there's more here. It says a primitive root to be ashy, i.e. dark colored. Dark colored. So the gates that are mourning in the cry of Jerusalem going up is talking about Judah. It says to be of a dirty blackish color. Now what color is dirt? It's brown, dark brown. To be of a dirty blackish color, as of, listen, as of a sunburnt skin. It's talking about skin. Now you're right when you say, like I said, the scripture is written in hip talk, as Yeshaya used to say, High Priest Yeshaya, in a parabolic, symbolic way. So they were down. Emotionally, they were down. But the word also goes into the color of something. And give you one more precept here. Song of Solomon. Now, if you go to Song of Solomon, from 1 verse 1, it says the Song of Songs, which is Solomon's. So these are Solomon's songs. And by the way, this was not a poetry that Solomon was reading to his wife. This is mostly it's prophetic. There's a lot of prophecies in this, and when he speaks about describing the beauty of a woman, he's talking about wisdom, and he's talking about being married to the Most High, because Solomon represents as a representation of Israel. So these songs are the songs of Solomon, the songs of songs, the Song of Songs, which is Solomon's. These are Solomon's songs. Oh, one of Solomon's wives. No, it was Solomon. But you don't have, your eyes are not, your eyes are not open. Especially you Edomites. That's why when you read some of the scriptures, you don't believe it. You go ahead and dig it up. Because you're not the righteous people. Now I'm going to jump down here to Songs 1 verse 5. I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Look not upon me, because I am black, because the sun have looked upon me. Now you may say, no, he was a white man and he got a suntan. Well, guess what? When a white man goes out there to try to get a suntan, they didn't have copper tone back then. He would get red. And I've seen that. I mean, if you put in sunburns, you'll get a bunch of Edomites with red skin. And then if you don't take care of it, you stay out in the sun too long, you get a thing called skin cancer. What protects us from skin cancer from the sun is melanin, and that's something that you have a lack of. It says, I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Now let's look these words up in the Hebrew. Okay, the word black. The word actually means black. As in black hair, blackish color, ooh, blackish color of the face. I'm black but comely. Now the word comely, the word is na'awah, which means to be beautiful. He says, look not upon me because I'm black, because the sun have looked upon me, right? It means if myself in the summer, in a couple more months, I'm going to be a few shades darker, maybe 3 or 4 shades darker, depending on how much I'm out there in the sun. And I don't get red, I get brown, darker brown. When I was a child, if I played out in the streets all day, I'd get as dark as Gabar. So now this word here, Kedar in the Hebrew is Quadar, which is similar to the actually Quadar goes to the root word is Quadar, Jeremiah 14:2. So let's look at this Quadar. It's a variant of the word Quadar. Quadar equals dark. A son of Ishmael. Now why did Ishmael call one of his sons Quadar in the Hebrew? And that proves that the Ishmaelites spoke Hebrew. Because he was dark. It goes on to say dark skin. So there you have it. I'm going to say shalom, and it's on to the next one.